Let's talk about the end of last season and heading into this season, which I know you guys have already begun shooting. Iris and Barry get to play with their daughter that they didn't know that they had all season long and have a pre-prenatal adventure. What's it like having a kid?
It's been super fun to have Jessica. She's got, you know, that kind of like Barry, the OG Barry, like quirkiness, fun, nervous energy, and it's been kind of fun to do those scenes with her. It's been awesome.
What about you, Candace? Do you take anything from mom, so to speak?
I don't know. I think what's really weird is the casting. Me and Grant keep talking about this, how weird it is looking at Jessica, and then I look at Grant and I look at me, and I'm like, this is so creepy.
I could
Like,
totally
this is
be your
exactly
kid.
what our child would look like. So
It's strange for me too.
Yeah, and now people have been saying a lot on set to me. They're like, Jessica sounds like you too.
Oh, really?
They're like, we can't tell you apart, like if we're not seeing you.
Oh, I didn't realize
so you
that.
naturally
That's
just
dope.
we have a similar voice.
Ooh,
so
I
it's
like
been cool.
that.
It's been really, it's a treat.
If I remember the story correctly, there was the ticking clock with once this baby's out, those superpowers go away. Do you think as we go into the next season, perhaps as you're still nursing or whatever, as the baby's still growing up, the powers may still stick around?
I think anything is possible on The Flash, and that definitely is something that Todd Helbing would be really good at answering.
There's one of these moments where you're like, I don't want to get fired, dude.
I
Ask me that.
don't want to get fired. I really don't. I just really got going. Yeah.
You, I just read, are going to be stepping into another role. You're going to jump into the director's chair. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Give it up for her. She's going to direct, man.
Thank you. Super excited. You know, totally inspired by Tom Cavanaugh and what he's done on our show. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity. Hopefully, it'll be really fun to collaborate with these guys.
It's gonna be amazing.
You tell me.
I guarantee you slip in there very comfortably like
Thank
this
you.
cat. Do you get to direct again this year?
Yeah, I'm directing our. Am I allowed to? Yeah, I'm directing our 100th. And
What? You're up at directing episode 100? You son of a bitch, I wanted that.
I know.
Now we're in competition, damn it.
It should be you. I assume we couldn't afford you.
Episode 100, how damn exciting, man.
Oh, completely. No, 100. You know what it's like. It's like you're with these guys. You kind of point the camera at them and get out of the way, and that's going to be my plan for 100. You know, it's like it's a privilege. It's really fun.
What is it like for you to jump into something that's been, no pun intended, up and running for a while and be so integral to the story? A lot of the audience throughout last season were as smart as the writers. Like, people start picking up from your first appearance. There were people going like, I think I know who that is.
Yeah, as soon as that started happening, I got real intimidated. Just because I was like, oh, whoa, the fans are very intense and very knowledgeable. But it's been incredible. I mean, this is one of the most warmest sets I've ever walked into. Everyone was very welcoming, so I very much feel a part of everything. There hasn't really been like an initiation period or, you know.
They didn't put socks, like a soap and
shockingly
socks,
enough,
and like,
they
here you go.
didn't. Weirdly, they haven't.
How is it jumping in the show and getting to be the funny guy? And you got to have a lot of pathos as well, including the episode we did. There's backstory where you're like, oh, Ralph is human. The way they humanized you a bit.
It was great to come in, and as you mentioned, my first episode was Tom's episode that he directed, and that was just, everybody was so warm and so welcoming. And everybody else is so funny too, so it was just very, very easy to get in and get started. It was a great experience.
Guess who's got a hologram?
Ho, ho, ho.
You've got a very funny man sitting next to you, and I know this for a fact. Not only is he the funny guy on the show who gets like the lines where you're like, oh, but he makes those lines up on the spot in most cases. Did that come from slowly doing it in the beginning and they just trust you? Or did you actually have to sit down and be like, look, I think I could do better?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, honestly, I took my cues from my coworkers, really. Like, I saw them take the material and make it come to life and fly with it. And so I was like, yeah, I think I could do that too. But then I sort of took it a little far.